Last night, in a game between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Anaheim Ducks, we saw the first controversial goaltender interference call of the season. The Ducks would challenge the call and lose upon review, going a man down in the process. Ducks coach Greg Cronin would light up the ref and earn an additional minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. To top it all off, Pittsburgh would score a goal on the ensuing power play, which further infuriated Cronin, who was then kicked out. The call has led to some controversy online, but the NHL actually got this one right. If we look at Rule 69.1, there's really two sections we need to pay attention to. The first states that there are two conditions for goaltender interference, only one of which needs to be true. An attacking player, either by his positioning or by contact, impairs the goalkeeper's ability to move freely within the crease, or an attacking player initiates intentional and deliberate contact with a goalkeeper inside or outside of his goal crease. The second section clarifies that if an attacking player pushes a defending player into the goaltender, that is considered to be contact by the attacking player, not incidental contact by the defending player. It's treated the same as if the attacking player were to contact the goaltender himself. Now we can clearly see that Carrick moves into the blue paint and stands there. Jarry would want to come out a little bit to challenge the shooter here, but Jarry can't really do that with Carrick in the crease. You could also argue that Carrick pushes Karlsson into Jarry, which might be a tougher point to argue. Either way, Carrick clearly positions himself in the crease and prevents Jarry from freely moving within the crease. The NHL Situation Room agreed, stating that video review confirmed that Anaheim's Sam Carrick impaired Tristan Jarry's ability to play his position in the crease prior to Ross Johnson's goal. The call here is exactly correct, though I will gripe that the NHL is often pretty bad about communicating these sorts of calls. I know a lot of fans complain about the NHL's inconsistency with certain rules, mainly goaltender interference and kicking the puck, but this one is consistent with the way the rule is written, and I think if it is continued to call this way in the future, teams and players will catch on pretty quickly. The NHL is also trying to crack down on unsportsmanlike conduct, and we have already seen a number of NHL coaches get unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, or even ejected in this case here. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this call, whether the NHL got it right or not, and also what you think about the goaltender interference rule as it is written in the NHL. I think here the NHL did a good job calling the rule as it's written, but given the level of controversy I've seen on Twitter and what people think, there's still a lot of confusion on what the actual rule says, and in fairness, the NHL has been pretty terrible about actually communicating what that rule is supposed to mean in the past. I have been That Hockey Ref, and thank you for watching.